November 20th, 2019. This is J&J Boxing. I'm Blaze Jays. I'm here with my man Jordansky.
What's good with y'all, man?
Yeah, we got some things going down. First thing, we go some basketball. We're gonna talk about a little bit of some college basketball. We're gonna talk about the top 5 in the NCAA, some NFL, and some boxing news. The big fights this weekend: Deontay Wilder going against Luis Ortiz. Should be I don't want to say a good fight. Should be an entertaining fight because, as we both see it, Wilder's probably gonna beat his ass.
I ain't gonna say beat his ass. It's gonna be a competitive fight, but I mean Wilder gonna probably win. Unless Ortiz
most likely, like 90% chance Wilder, maybe even 95. So 85, somewhere in there.
Keep it fair.
Nah, that bit's like 90, 95.
Maybe 85.
Wilder gonna get the dub. But hey, first things first, Jordan, did you see that Ben Simmons hit his first 3 since he was in college today? Like during a regular season game, he'd hit a 3 in the preseason this year. Man, congrats to Ben Simmons, dog. If he can get that, add that bit of arsenal to his game, be able to step back and hit a 3, dog, he could be a good player, man.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna be better than Giannis, though. That's my opinion. I don't think he's gonna be better than Giannis.
Yeah,
I find that Markelle Fultz scoring 19 points is career high for real right now. I find that it's more of a intriguing thing to me than Ben Simmons getting a 3. The only reason why I say that is because Markelle, everybody knows, man, he's been having fucking troubles, like struggles.
He's had his issues.
He's had his issues, but I think that this might be I think him going to the Magic might actually turn his career around. I think this might be a stop for him. Ben Simmons, man, Ben Simmons is like, the only reason why I'm saying I don't find it intriguing for me because I think Ben Simmons is already a good player. Like, I mean, yeah, 3-pointer or jumper would improve his game, make his arsenal even better. But man, ain't nobody. Come on now, it's Ben Simmons.
It's just he hit his first 3.
I know, but still, it's Ben Simmons.
Son, we're like 10 games into the season, and he's like in his third, fourth year, and he hit his first 3. So I thought it was pretty dope.
That mean when the Sixers make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and they actually get through that motherfucker.
Oh, they're gonna try to do it this year.
Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process. No, and Markelle Fultz set the process back a little bit. So
he did.
Yeah. So that's how she goes and shit. What we was talking about right before we came on was I watched a good episode watched a good video on YouTube yesterday, and it was that Draymond Green is finally getting exposed. And Jordan probably feels the same way I do. I think that Draymond Green was the most overhyped player on that Warriors team.
Draymond Green on that team was a goddamn enforcer.
Yeah, he was.
Like, what do you? I don't understand.
But people talked about him like he was a up and coming player. Like, and he did win Defensive Player of the Year in 2017
because he was an enforcer. He had people around him that could play
offense.
That
system.
Yes, that could play offense. Draymond didn't need to shoot, and when he shot, it was to the point where Draymond can make that shit.
He got I don't remember the exact number, but he was banging some good 3 numbers.
Nah,
too,
he was though. That's what I'm saying. They always killing
2017.
from 3. Like anytime they need a 3, I know if Draymond had to shoot that 3, that shit will fall if they need it. But if you look at this shit, Draymond was not. I don't care what nobody say. Okay, they had a big 3, they had a big 5, whatever. They had the Def Squad where it was Steph, it was Clay, it was Draymond, it was Durant, and who was that? And
the 5.
Bogut.
Bogut for a while.
Was for a while, but then it was I hope it wasn't JaVale McGee.
They had JaVale McGee.
But he was on the bench though.
And
he wasn't
then
part of that
I think
squad.
it was the guy who hurt Kawhi Leonard. I don't remember his name. It began with a Z. His last name. He was a foreign player.
I don't know, but I know they had that def.
They kind of rotated centers,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but man, Iggy played more of a
Iggy
role.
was off the bench.
Iggy was off the bench. Iggy was more of a role player than, in my opinion, when it came to offense, especially defense. Iggy was more of a role player than Draymond.
Iggy
that's how I feel.
Right,
like that's what I'm saying. Everybody from what I've been hearing is like, oh, Draymond can't do it by himself. Motherfucker, Draymond can't do it by himself.
But they pay him $25 million a year.
I don't care with nobody. I don't care. that's money. They gave him the money because, I mean, if you're part of that team, he wasn't, like I said, he was an enforcer. He was in part of that team to get shit done. He was an enforcer. You see how he threw. I mean, you could say he probably threw LeBron's game off. But I don't think he even threw LeBron's game off.
I mean,
I just
he's
think
a good defender. He's a good defender.
He can get. I think that
has
Draymond
good basketball
has
IQ.
yes, and he's able to get in somebody's head. I think he's good at getting in an opponent's head. He's an enforcer. That's how I see him. He's an enforcer.
He's a good NBA player, but
he is. But he's not. He can't carry a team. I don't care. No, they gave him $25 million. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's $25 million because he got championships, and that's their championship caliber team. But right now. Nah, I don't. They in some trouble, man. Like
they getting busted by the Mavericks tonight. Fucking Doncic is fucking cooking them.
They in some trouble.
See, I remember about a year ago when KD and Draymond had got into it, and remember Draymond was like, "We don't need you. We don't need you." I remember thinking like, "Right, you better." Watch what you saying because if anybody is dispendable, it's you. Like,
yeah, it is. But in hindsight, I understand what Draymond was saying. In hindsight, the team that they had at that point without KD, they probably maybe they didn't need KD. KD was an extra boost. You gotta remember, KD left OKC. I don't care what nobody say. They went out and saw KD while he was in free agency, or KD saw them. KD left the team that he was on, that lost to the team that he went to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. And I feel Draymond on that aspect, but at the same time, I feel you because Draymond, like, dog, you can't, you're not, I mean, bro, I don't know how to say this in any way, being nice, bro.
Motherfucker of the Big Four.
You're not anybody that if I was a coach, I'm like, we got a plan for Draymond. Nah, just make sure we play good defense and we make sure we put enough solid numbers on offense and try to make sure that we are able to move around Draymond. Draymond, like I said, he's good. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Draymond's good in the paint. He's good, but at the same time,
for a forward, he's small. He's kind of slow.
Oh yeah,
he's a decent shooter. I mean, he's a good. He's a solid shooter. Or has a good three ball.
He deserves a 25.
Has a high IQ.
I'm gonna say this though. Anybody that's on that team that won those that was in it, no, yes they do. If you won championships and the way that they were doing it. You deserve that money just because
he gets paid a lot more than other guys.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they were about to be a dynasty if KD wasn't being KD again, or whatever happened in their front office, whatever happened. I don't care. I'm not a Warriors fan. I don't even watch basketball. Only thing I'm telling you is that when you win championships, you got to. I mean, you got to pay him the money. He deserves the money. Like that's what it is. They could have used that money to pay fucking Klay Thompson for real. They could have used the money to play Clay. They did play Clay, but
and Steph, and so they got. I think they got everybody paid for the most part.
All right, then. Still, he sucks. He's not. I don't even want to talk about this guy no more because he's not a fucking person that you're gonna be like, hey, we need you to carry the team while these guys are out. Nah, no. That's not how it works.
See, but the one thing I did want to respond to what you said, though, I feel like they did need KD because the thing is, when the Cavaliers with their big three with LeBron, Kyrie, and Love, son, they were pretty sick, nasty, they came back from 3-1 to beat them fools.
Yeah, they needed each other. Let's put it that way.
KD wasn't going to win without them, and they needed
KD. KD needed them.
Maybe
so
what if KD had stayed in OKC with Westbrook?
You think they would have won?
Why they had the Warriors 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals.
And what happened?
They lost.
All right.
And then where did KD?
All right, but where did KD go?
To the Warriors.
All right, then.
Okay,
all right. Yeah.
And I thought it was a sucker move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's how it goes.
So you don't join the team that beats you. Like
a sucker. I thought they all that shit. They all suckers. That's why I'm watching NBA.
Hey, but man, yeah. I always said though, if Draymond Green played with the Kings or Draymond Green played with the motherfucking Grizzlies, son, this man would average like 12 points. Like 7 rebounds, and it would be starting now. Would get like starters minutes and be some shit. So
that'd be solid. Nah, it's not even 12.7 rebounds as a forward. I don't know. I don't watch basketball.
That's not for a guy who gets paid what he gets paid.
Man,
but
you're not.
He's hurt tonight though. He's hurt tonight. I actually put some money on the Warriors, and these motherfuckers are stinking it up. But anyway, just was an interesting video that I watched yesterday about how Draymond Green's been exposed this season. During today's 7-year anniversary in 2012, that guy he dropped 138 points. I think it was at a D3 school.
wonder what school they were.
Oh, the dude's name was Jack Taylor. I can tell you right here.
ESPN today. some
They were. hey, son.
You got to be an embarrassing team. You got to be an embarrassment to your coach if you let a white kid. I don't think.
Motherfucker's like 5'10", 165 pounds.
You let that kid score
138 points. But listen, there's some background to it. It's not just as front forward as it seems. All right, so the game was against Faith Baptist Bible College.
Oh, wow.
They're not even a D3 school.
There's number one.
There
goes Flukeness number one.
So he's playing at a D3 school. He was playing at Grinnell. And the thing was, the system at Grinnell, it emphasized shooting, like trying to get as many 3-point shots as you can. Try to find a good shot as early in the shot clock as you can. And so he kind of excelled in that system. But so let's see. In his first season, I think it was in his second season at Grinnell. So it was 2012. Let me see how long was he at Grinnell. So it might have been his first year at Grinnell, actually. So he was averaging like he had averaged like what was he averaging, like 23 points a game or something like that. In his first season he was in the first 2 games he was averaging like 23.5 points a game in 13.5 minutes. So he was cooking, like he wasn't even getting that much PT for real. And so he was like shooting a lot, like that's what he did. But yeah, it was the score was 179-104. Grinnell won. He dropped 138. He played 36 minutes. He was 52 of 108 from the field. He took 108 shots. Right? 27 to 71 from 3-point range. He shot 71 threes in the fucking game. And he was 7 to 10 from the free throw line. Whew, the 108 attempts were an average of 3 shots per minute. Jesus Christ.
You playing against a fucking Bible college.
Yes, they are. And they're a D3 school themselves. But, son, 108 points now? That shit is impressive.
You playing against a fucking...
138 points, but he did take 108 shots. 138 points is impressive, though. Like, 27 threes, bro. You training them, Jordan. Well,
where's Mr. Taylor at nowadays? Is he draining threes in the NBA?
He doesn't play basketball anymore.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, Jack Taylor. Shout out to him, man. He did on 7 years ago today. He dropped 138 points. So I thought that was pretty impressive.
Congratulations, guy.
I thought it was cool. Did you see the 5'2" guard against
that
balling,
shit right
balling against LSU?
You know, it's crazy. I'm looking at the joint and LSU, the players looking like, what the hell? Like, the players looking at him like, what's going on here? But that kid was balling like shit, and man, shouts out to him. Hopefully he does well.
Yeah, Darnell Rogers at
UMBC. You got to kind of think like he's 5'2". Somebody going to send his shit packing one day.
His dad was a college player, too, and they said his dad was 5'4", and so it just, that's
just how it is, man.
Just short, but
just do your thing, bro.
He was balling, son. Like,
he might be the next Muggsy Bowles. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Muggsy Bowles was a good player, made a solid career in the
fucking ups too, though.
In the NBA. Yeah, he did have ups.
Maybe.
He did. So the next thing I want to talk about is the top 5 in college football. Jordan, did you have any objection to it? Bama was 5.
Yeah, I got objection.
Georgia was 4. Clemson 3. Ohio State 2, and LSU 1. How did LSU get ahead of Ohio State?
LSU actually is pretty fucking good. Can't lie, their defense is pretty fucking good.
How did they get ahead of Ohio State?
Because LSU beat Alabama. And I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. And then again, I gotta kind of agree with some of the Ohio State fans. Like, it seems like ESPN be hating on Ohio State for some reason. But you can't really say that because Ohio State actually plays in the second biggest conference in fucking America.
Yeah, LSU plays in the
first
toughest conference.
Yeah, and they play in the toughest conference, so you can't be mad at them. I mean, LSU's been playing at LSU out of everybody on that list. I think LSU and let's say Ohio State and Georgia, those 3 teams. Everybody on the top 5 besides Alabama had a tough schedule. Alabama's schedule was their back half of their schedule was not good at all. Besides the SEC
their
opponents.
best win was against Duke. Their best non-conference one was against Duke.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Duke is pretty shitty this year.
Yeah, and that's not good. Like, that's not good. But I would love to see how Alabama's going to do without Tua. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll do well. The defense will probably have to step up. I'm not too familiar with their backup quarterback, but Nick Saban's a pretty good coach. But I just don't. I really hope that Alabama doesn't make it to the championship game. I really don't, because if they do, then this playoff system is fluke as shit, and it's time to add more teams and then to shake this shit up, because you're gonna keep seeing the same guys, man. I'm telling you right now. I already know it's gonna happen.
It's been like that for the past.
Yeah, I know he's gonna keep seeing this. I'm just saying he's gonna keep seeing the same guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna keep seeing it.
Yeah. No.
But on the other token on that too, you can be like, well, beat these motherfuckers, but at the same time, if you do beat them and they're still at the top, what can you say? Like, what's going on? But hey, I don't know. Maybe they'll find some way to make that shit a little bit more interesting. Add some teams and maybe they'll find some way. But right now in the four system, I know it probably works for them. It is what it is. I like the top 5. As long as Alabama's not in the top 4, I'm cool. Because I don't believe it's not even because not because of my dislike for them, it's because they lost to LSU, and I don't believe it, since they lost to LSU, which is in conference play, I don't agree with them staying in the top 4. Even though Georgia, actually, their loss was a little
to South Carolina.
Man, I don't even think Georgia should be in the top 4 because that loss was a little bit shaky.
But
and you look at Georgia's, but if you look at Georgia's last couple wins, they haven't been winning really good games for real. They really haven't been winning in good fashion. So I don't know. That's just tough. I like the top 3 though. LSU, Ohio State, and motherfucking and Clemson. Yeah. I like the top 3.
Out of those, Georgia has to play Auburn. They still have to play Auburn.
It's gonna be a tough game for them.
Yeah,
it's not an easy win.
No, it's not gonna be easy at all. What do you So you think those are the 4 who probably get in? LSU,
Ohio State, Clemson. I don't know what's gonna happen with Georgia, Auburn. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
And then we don't know really. You can't really call Alabama a lock guarantee.
And I think they're going to have to play LSU in the SEC championship game, if I'm not mistaken. Alabama. So I don't know. No, Georgia.
Yeah, that's going to be something too. Because then if Georgia is to win out and they play LSU, then we got another dilemma on our hands. Because what happens when Georgia, if LSU beats Georgia, then LSU drops, and if Georgia beats LSU, then you got Ohio State. That should be the clear cut number 1. But then again, you can look at Clemson. You can say Clemson, I believe, is still undefeated too. Now maybe they could be a clear cut number 1, and maybe it'll be Ohio State, Clemson 1 and 2, or Clemson, Ohio State 1 and 2. It's just really tough. It's just, to me, it's a no brainer. I think Ohio State deserves to be number 1. That's just me. I think they've been playing lights out. It hasn't been no doubt this season where we've been like, oh, Ohio State is lacking something. There's been no doubt for them. They haven't lost a game yet. Justin Fields is actually playing good ass football. Their defense is playing good. I just think that they should be able to. I think when it comes down to it, I hope that Ohio State is able to win out, and I hope Ohio State is able to stay at top of the top 4. Because I really do want to see somebody different. I didn't want to see Alabama, Clemson last year, but I'm glad that Clemson won. Shout out to Dabo Swinney. I'm glad, and it's Dabo Swinney's birthday too. He turned 50, so shout out to you, man. But it's just, yeah, man, that shit right there, that playoff thing is a tricky thing. I really don't understand why they can't, and I understand why. Matter of fact, I do understand why, because of the money and the bowl games and all that stuff. But I really wish they would do it like Division 2. That's how I feel. I wish they did it like Division 2.
Just had a whole playoff.
Yeah, because I think that'd be better.
Take some games away from the regular season.
And you can you can move the playoff system. And if they say like, oh, we need the bowl games because it's revenue. You can still have the bowl games. You can still do each game as a different bowl game.
Very lower tier bowls, but
you can do that. You can do that. You can do them as lower tier bowls, and then the semifinals and the finals, they can be the major bowls.
Yeah.
We can do them, and that'd be tight.
Mhm. No, I feel you. I definitely understand what you're saying about that. So the other thing I was going to say, who, if you don't like, if you kind of iffy on Georgia, there's 3 undefeated teams in the top 10: LSU, Ohio State, and Clemson. If you don't like Georgia, you don't like Alabama, who are you liking for that 4th spot? Maybe Oregon?
I actually did like Oregon, but Oregon plays, who they play this week? I think they play, I forgot who they play. Ohio State, I think.
Oregon plays Ohio State?
No, check.
This late in the season? Let's see who does Oregon
play. It's a big game on. Ohio State plays somebody this week.
Oregon football. Oregon this week, they play Arizona State. They should beat them, probably. Arizona State's not top 25. Ohio State plays Penn State.
Okay, so Ohio State and Penn State. That's who plays. So that's not. I mean,
I don't know where the game's going to be at. Hold on. Ohio State football. Penn State is going to be at Ohio State. So
man, this is crazy.
They
You
should
got
be
the
able to
top
get
three. The top three teams in the rankings are the only teams that's undefeated.
yeah.
I mean, you could go with, but it also goes to strength of schedule. I can't be biased and be like, what happens if? That's the whole thing with me. What happens if? So the top three, I already think the top three are going to just go ahead and win their games. I just think they're going to win their games. Ohio State versus Penn State going to be a tough game. But I think Ohio State's going to take that game. I think I think Clemson's going to take that game, and I think that LSU's going to take that game. Then you got to say, all right, we got Georgia, Alabama, and Oregon. What happens if all three of them lose? Who are you going to bump up? Because then after them, you got Minnesota, you have Oklahoma, then
Utah's in the
Utah
mix.
and Penn State, and who else?
Even
Michigan.
Florida.
But Florida, I don't want. See, that's what I was about to say. I don't want to be
Michigan's
biased.
2 lost too, though.
But I don't want a two loss teams. To me, they don't deserve like. Then again, it'll sound like I'm contradicting myself if I say they don't deserve it, because that means the whole Division II system shouldn't even be introduced to Division I. But if that happens and shit. If we got a 2-loss team in the playoffs, then we do. Like, you can't say nothing. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But I think that everything's gonna stay the same this week anyway. I think everybody's gonna win. I just want to see how it's going to play out. How this shit going to work out, because you just don't want to rob anybody of their opportunity to play for that national championship, and you want to be fair as possible and not be biased. So hopefully the selection committee can be fair and not be biased. I know Alabama's a big school and they bring money, but at the same time we gotta. Man, this shit, hey, this is a tough year. This is going to be a tough year for them. I think this is going to be a tough year for the selection committee. It's a tough year.
Yeah, definitely. So, we'll see how it goes down, and we'll keep you updated on everything popping in the college football in the top 5, shit like that. So, Jordan, I want to ask you about your Atlanta motherfucking Falcons, dog. Y'all did it. That's 2 in a row.
Man,
picked off, what's his name? The quarterback, the Panthers quarterback. Picked him off 4 times.
I don't care about that bum. But, I mean, we played Tampa. We got 4 points.
Favorite? Yeah. Do you think I'm going to cover the 4?
Yeah, Tampa Bay sucks.
Is it in Atlanta?
It doesn't even matter if it's in Atlanta. Yeah, it is in Atlanta, because the rest of our games are in the dome. We only had a couple games that's not in the dome this year. I think we got to play them at home.
Yeah, it is at home on Sunday. So you think y'all going to cover that 4?
Yeah, we probably will.
I'm thinking about betting on y'all.
Don't bet on us, though.
Why?
I'm telling everybody we're going to cover it, but I don't let nobody bet on us.
Man,
do that.
Fuck that shit. Just, I don't know. But, son, I think y'all can do it too, though. I'm just like with you. Like, son, if y'all can win this week, son, that's 3 in a row. That's 4 and 7.
Yeah, I know. We all right.
Yeah, man. Redskins playing the Lions. I think we're in a 3.5 point underdog against the Lions.
Just lost Matthew Stafford, so.
I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. He was playing good against the Cowboys last week, though. So, my man Haskins started to look way more impressive at the end of that game. I know it was in garbage time. I know the shit was over, but Haskins was balling. Like at the
got one play, and he had that one bomb to McCullum that got fucking
called back. He had another bomb to him too, though. But then what's his name? Terry McCullum up and got the joint. Like my man, Scary Terry, the Ohio State connection, and hopefully we can get the dude, the lineman from Ohio State. He's actually from Maryland. What's his name? Chase Young, whatever, something like that. And anyway, he's balling in Ohio State. Has 13.5 sacks this year. I'm hoping the Scans can get him. Should be interesting to see how the draft plays out with Joe Burrow and Chase Young and Tua's injury. So I can't wait because as a Redskins fan, that's all I'm looking forward to. And unless the Falcons make some type of run, you know what I'm saying, y'all should be looking forward to the draft too. But
we ain't got shit to look forward to. I mean, what we gonna do? Go get some? They just need a. We don't win. If we can finish the season in decent fashion, fucking 8-8 or 9-7, that's cool. But I would seriously fire Dan Quinn after this season. I would. No matter how we finish, I would fire him after this season. Just because it's like it's time to go, bro. Like you can't. There's no way in hell you start off the season You beat the Eagles. All right, we beat the Eagles. And that was a pretty tough game, too, for real. We should have lost that game if motherfucking Nelson Aguilar. Thank God he ain't got hands. No hands, Aguilar. That's what I'm going to start calling him. No hands, bro. He missed that joint on his sideline. Wide open catch right through his hands. Thank God, because that shit was about to be ugly. But you gotta toss him after this. The defense is playing good, though. So I think they did something,
games,
man.
Hey, man, maybe they're playing for Quinn's job, though. Maybe they really fuck with Dan Quinn. And so.
Nah, fucking, they playing for their jobs. I wouldn't play for Quinn. Quinn suck, man.
I don't. He went to Salisbury, man. He's a Salisbury alum.
Take his ass back to Salisbury.
Hey, we got a playoff game this week. Maybe he could become the coach at Salisbury.
Seriously, maybe he should though. Go coach at Salisbury.
Because I forgot Sherman Wood. He's been there like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? One day.
Time to go back. Get an alumni. We want to hire him. Get the fuck out of here.
Go from the Seahawks and the Falcons back to
Salisbury. Get your ass back to D3.
They Salisbury probably doesn't have the budget to pay him.
Yeah, they do. Just give him $100 a week. He'd be good.
I'm sure the current coach makes more than $100.
Nah, give him $100 a week and a meal stipend.
Damn. Man, speaking of money, man, you see the Scans tickets was like $6. And I'm sure they more than that, but like literally, like you can get some tickets up in the 400 section, like
because a lot of people have been calling into
$15-20.
A lot of people have been calling into 106. They even talking about that. They're like, because tickets are low. Like the Dolphins game, they said them tickets was low.
That joint was in Miami.
I know though. They said that joint was low.
Yeah.
And home games too. They said them joints was low too. I mean, it's not.
I paid $50 for my Niners joint, but I bought it a couple months ago.
I know this dude paid. Man, that shit hurt me when I was on the radio. And this guy said he bought some tickets to the last week's Redskins game. He said during the off season he spent like $250 a pop. And he's like, them drinks is going for $20 a pop. He felt bad. Oh, that hurt my heart. I'm like, damn, son, that sucks. But hey, like I called in the other day, I told him,
paid $250 to go to the Jets game, the Redskins Jets.
That's what I was saying. Like, how'd you can't pay $250 a pop for the Jets game, bro? Like, I wouldn't have did that, but he said he paid $250 a pop for him.
Yeah, man.
Sucks.
So, yeah, Redskins tickets like $15-20. I don't want to go personally because it's cold. It's that time of year where I don't go to a football game.
Resell them motherfuckers.
Resell them. If I buy them for $15, what am I resell them for?
20.
Who wants to go? People are reselling them because they don't want to go to that joint. They don't want to.
$20. Fire sale, right?
You should do that. So
$20.
Hey man. So anyway, yeah, they real cheap though. If anyone wants to go to the Redskins Lions game this weekend,
he got a ticket for you for $20.
Man, he got a ticket for you, not me. So
$20, he can go. They ain't gonna see them.
And he's gonna buy it for $15 and sell it to you for $20.
So. Get $5 back. I need profit.
Hey, so that's crazy how all that shit's going on. Hey man, the Redskins are 1-9. Shit is tough. Times are hard. Maybe we can beat the Lions this weekend. I don't know.
I don't think so.
They're 3.5-point favorite. I just think Haskins. I like what I saw at the end of the game. I might bet on the Skins this weekend. I bet on the Jets. I actually did bet on the Jets on Sunday.
That's what gave me his money.
Oh, son, did you see the fucking Cardinals game? The Cardinals-Niners? How that joint ended? No, did you see how the game ended? On the lateral and shit? And then, son, because I fucking pushed. Like, I hit a parlay.
Kyler Murray he's pretty fucking good.
Bro, fuck all that. Let's talk about how the game ended, son. These motherfuckers was doing that gay-ass lateral shit, and the Niners recovered it, but then the dude's knee was down, the motherfucker was down, and then the ball popped loose, and the Niners went and scored a touchdown. The spread was 10. Like, and I had the Cardinals at +10. Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, I thought they reviewed all scoring plays. The dude's knee was down. Like,
well, it was in San Francisco. He wasn't reviewed.
Son, that shit was whack, son. But thankfully, because they just changed the rule, I think it was this year, they changed the rule where at the end of the game, it used to be that motherfuckers had to kick the extra point. And now it's like, nah, they don't got to do that anymore. Yeah, at the end of the game, if a touchdown is scored with 0 seconds left, they don't got to kick the extra point anymore. And,
boy, Jimmy G.
So I pushed. I got to push, but son, what the fuck? Why do teams do that gay ass you know what I'm saying, lateral shit at the end of the game? When Skinny was telling me about when the Redskins played the Chiefs in 2017. the Chiefs were like a 5-point favorite, right? And the Redskins were losing 23-20. And at the end of the game, we started doing that lateral shit, and motherfuckers fumbled, and the Chiefs recovered and scored a touchdown. And he was losing the bet, and anyway, they was like, oh well, the Chiefs won, they recovered the joint. He was like, oh snap, let me go get my shit. Hey man, that's crazy. That shit can cost motherfuckers money. That shit can cost a swing. So stop doing that lateral shit. All right, please, NFL teams, if you're watching.
Oh, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I know. All right. So, all right. Just announced, or I got the notification on my phone today. Jesse Hart, the guy who lost to Gilberto Ramirez. We're getting into boxing now. Second half of the show. Guy lost to Gilberto Ramirez. Lost to him twice. Jesse Hart did. He's going to fight Joe Smith Jr. And Joe Smith Jr. just lost to Dimitri Bivol back in March. So, Jesse Hart, Smith's coming off a loss, and Jesse Hart, he's won a couple of his fights, but should be an interesting joint, though. Like I said, Hart's won his last couple fights, but he had lost to Gilberto Ramirez twice early on. What you think about that joint? You think Jesse Hart? I think Hart is moving up to light heavyweight as well. You think it should be a good matchup January 11th?
It might be.
Day after your birthday?
It might be.
Hey, man.
I really don't know too much about him. I really don't know too much about the heavyweight division for the light heavyweight division, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're light heavy. So I think it's going to be a good fight. So January 11th, like I said, Jesse Hart going to fight Joe Smith Jr. I think it's a toss-up. Actually, no, I think Hart's probably a favorite. Hart will probably go in as like 2-1. Close fight though. Definitely should be an intriguing matchup. Jordan, did you see how Bob Arum was grilling Eddie Hearn?
Good job, Bob.
About the DAZN.
Which sucks. Bob Arum is right.
The DAZN catastrophe.
You shouldn't have put it. If you don't know how to put in a fight, you shouldn't have did it. I mean, you were able to get Logan Paul and KSI. I know that joint did numbers because that just. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Eddie probably already knew that Canelo versus Kovalev wasn't going to do shit. Even though Canelo is the biggest draw, it's just, okay, he's the biggest draw, but when you ain't got no opponent that can help you sell the fight, then, man, you the only one selling the fight.
We all saw it through the fog.
Yeah, and everybody know that. Then Kovalev came out and said he took the fight for money. There was no chance of him winning. Okay, that's cool, but Eddie probably made back money and everything off of the KSI Logan Paul thing, because that fight was pretty fucking packed. And a lot of people watched that fucking fight.
I don't think they lost any money on the Canelo.
I don't think they lost any money. I'm talking about I'm saying he made back. He probably made back his views on that shit. Like, they probably got hella people watching that joint. You ain't no way that, I understand what Bob Arum was coming by, but ain't no way you gonna lose money when the biggest draw is on your card. You got the biggest draw in boxing, so it's not like he's losing money on him. Like, he's making bread off of Canelo. Canelo is the biggest fucking draw, but at the same time, I understand where Bob Arum is coming from. I understand where Bob is coming from, but at the same time, Eddie, you a bitch too. But I don't like Eddie Hearns, and I don't really like that shit. And I just heard just today that motherfucking Logan Paul is filing an appeal for a 2-point deduction that he got in the fight. Man, nobody don't care about that shit, bro. That was an amateur fight for real. Nobody don't care about you go 2-point deduction.
It was an exhibition fight.
Exhibition, amateur, that shit sucked. Alright, no one cares. Talking about all that dumbass shit, man. Y'all not even boxing no more. I don't know why you appealing this shit. If I was a part of this team, I'm like, bro, take your shit and go to YouTube. Ask them to appeal it for you. You're done. Both of you are done. No more. We strip you of your licenses.
Hey, man, but going back to the Canelo joint, I think what Bob Arum was saying was that Eddie Hearn doesn't know our market, and essentially the people at DAZN thought that if they waited and put the Canelo Kovalev joint on after the UFC 244, was that people would finish watching the UFC, then go over to the boxing match. And Bob Arum was saying that like only 3%, they only had like a 3% jump or something like that they're different crowds, basically, that it was stupid for them to wait for the UFC fight to come on when I mean, for the UFC fight to finish when it's probably unlikely that those UFC fans are going to tune in for the boxing
And it's pretty hard to compete again. I don't care if you're Canelo. I don't care if you Mayweather. Well, Mayweather, different story.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're Canelo. I don't care if you nobody else. Or Pacquiao. It's pretty hard to compete when The Rock is on your program. I'm sorry. I don't care nobody say that man does fucking numbers. The fight was for the BMF title at the UFC joint, which is I mean, I heard the fight was stopped of a doctor stoppage. That was number one. Everybody was pissed off about that, but at the same time,
it looked like a good doctor stoppage, though.
It kind of did. If you looked at the cut, man, that shit looked fucking sick. It was like the joint was right here and it was right there, so it was like, yeah, protect Diaz from any more damage. But you had The Rock presenting it. You had The Rock coming out presenting the belt. So I think that joint was going to draw numbers anyway. I already knew that was going to draw numbers anyway. When I heard The Rock was on there, I was like, oh, Dana White did a smart thing by getting UFC, and Dana White did a smart thing by getting this guy to bring that belt out because it was going to bring more heads to the TV. So a lot of people probably was like, man, we don't want to watch boxing. And then you got to think about it. A lot of those guys.
People
a lot of
are
people
mad about the Canelo. Like,
yeah,
who the fuck is he fighting?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
and a lot of other people probably like, you got a lot of younger people that's watching UFC. They don't watch boxing. You see, look at last weekend with KSI and Logan Paul. Why do you think the reason why they watch boxing? They wasn't for Devin Haney or Billy Joe Saunders. It was for KSI and Logan Paul and the other guys from YouTube that was on that fight. So I don't know. Bob Irma is kind of right. I don't think that the Zone did a good job at trying to target a certain market of people. I think they failed themselves that night. But at the same time, they were able to make back.
It was dumb.
It was dumb, but they were able to target that market again with this Logan Paul and KSI joint. They were able to target that same market they were trying to reach. They reached that market and then some. You can't be mad because even though I'm pissed off about that fight, you had traditional people that love boxing that was there to see Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney. Then you had people that was there to watch all them YouTube guys. Can't be mad at it. I mean, he knew who he was trying to get to, but at the same time, he was catering more to those YouTube guys and the people that love to see them, which is a smart thing. So I give it to him. I understand what both of them. I understand what Bob Irma is saying, but I had to look at it at Eddie Hearn's perspective. So I get what Bob Irma is saying because I feel him on that joint. It doesn't look like he was actually paying attention to everything that was going on. Like no one wants to watch Canelo fight this old guy. Now, what if it was Canelo versus Andrade? That would have been a different story. Somebody else in his division that's younger, that would have been a different story. Maybe even if it was Kovalev versus Bivol in a light heavyweight division, maybe that shit would have been different. That shit would have been a different fight.
But Bivol probably isn't a big name.
I know, I understand it, but you think Kovalev is a big name?
No, not really.
All right, then.
But it's Canelo.
Yeah, it's a Canelo sell fight. And I heard people saying that. Like, I don't want to hear that. Canelo is the market, man, so he sells the fight. He's the one that brings the asses to the seats. So it's like
they should have had the boxing match at the same time as the UFC joint. Like we should have just got the shit on. Like had them because the thing was, and that's what Bob Aaron was saying.
You could have did it simultaneously at the same time.
Absolutely.
What maybe though, like I'm saying though, maybe he knew that. All right, he's looking at. That's why I think Eddie Hearns knew. Like I can't compete with this right now. We got Canelo, but at the same time, people gonna want to watch and see that shit more than they're gonna see Canelo fight this old guy. They're gonna let us see Nick Diaz and Marzov get it on. They're not gonna let us see Canelo get it on with this old guy. And the fight was kind of boring, man. The fight was kind of boring for real. You can't lie. Like
I thought it was entertaining.
I mean, the joint was alright, but it was boring too. Boring. I think the joint was boring.
Probably wouldn't want to rewatch that motherfucker, but live that joint was. I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was an entertaining fight. I had Kovalev winning up until the 11th. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker folded like a lawn chair. But alright, so last 20 minutes of the show or so. We probably don't go the whole hour. We probably make it like we'll probably go another 10 minutes or so. The fights this weekend. I don't know where exactly it's at. Let me try to pull this shit up to find out where it's at. It's on ESPN Plus. My bad. Let me go to the boxing schedule. We right down here because I'm trying to see where that fight's at. Here we go. So I was gonna say in Vegas. No, it's not in Vegas because that's where the Wilder joint's gonna be at in Vegas. On Friday, there's a fight. Oh, it's in Dubai, um, United Arab Emirates. It is what's this fool's name? Should be a good ass fight. It's ESPN Plus down in Dubai. So it's probably gonna be on during the day Friday. Should be a good fight. This British fighter named Jack Cottrell. Yeah, I think it's Cottrell or Cotaro or whatever, something like that. Cuz is really good though. He fights at 140 pounds. He's 24-0 with 13 knockouts. He's fighting this dude named what's his name, Timo Shawarkapov or some shit like that. He's German, but he's 20-3, and so rated 4 out of 5 stars in boxing rap. Should be a good fight on Friday. Tune in during the day. Joint's gonna be on ESPN Plus. You gonna be off Friday?
No, I don't think so.
You working this Friday?
Yeah.
Inside
Holiday season.
Yeah, holiday season. So Jack Cottrell, he gonna be balling. Should be a good fight though. I can't wait to watch that joint. Yeah, like I said, Cuz is pretty young. He's 26, up and comer, and shit. Probably move up to welterweight.
You know who else came out and said they was trying to fight again?
Who?
Holyfield.
Oh yeah.
And, who
I was reading that
Holyfield or
article.
somebody.
Riddick Bowe. He wants to fight Riddick Bowe.
3 rounds. 4 rounds. Here, 3 or 4 rounds.
It was three rounds.
And Holyfield said the money looked right. Don't do it, please.
He said he wanted to do an event in Japan.
No.
But he's 57 years old.
No.
Holyfield, go home, man.
No.
Go home, dog.
No. Just train your son or something.
Why do you want... See, I don't understand. Like, I get it. It's fun, and they can relive their glory. At a certain time, though, don't you say I'm 57
Relive your glory at 57, you're going to... One shot,
like,
you're going in a coma.
You're an old man, bro.
Yeah, bro, you're not Shannon Briggs. Get out of here.
Shannon Briggs shouldn't even think about doing anything.
Shannon Briggs is looks like he's a little bit more in shape than he is in a little
He's
bit.
11. Yeah, I mean, he's 10 years younger.
And he doesn't look like he is a little bit punch drunk. Holyfield, man, go sit your ass down. You ain't Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe too. They just
any of you old fuckers that think that y'all gonna get back in the ring, we respect y'all, but sit y'all ass down.
No, but they want to come back for some exhibition fights.
No, sit your ass down.
I agree.
We respect y'all, but sit y'all ass down. Watch these young guys and criticize them and train them and be critical about them, but sit y'all ass down. We don't want to see y'all fight. We already had like 4 or 5 deaths this year. We don't need 6 or 7. Cause I'm not even joking, bro. I'm being dead serious. We don't need 6 or 7. Stay y'all ass at home, man. Come in, be commentators, be trainers, be cutmen, do what you want to, be even promoters or something like that. Don't fucking fight. I know I joke a lot, but I'm being serious. Don't fucking fight. You 57 years old. We don't need to see that shit. What is this, Rocky Balboa? We don't want to watch that movie. That movie was the worst. I don't want to see it in real life. Stay the fuck home. Jesus Christ, bro, that shit's sad. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to see that fight.
Yeah, hey, Jordan just went on this rant, and just kind of picking up on that, I agree with that 100%.
Fuck no.
The thing about the Rocky comment that he mentioned, I love the Rocky movies. I've seen all of the Rocky movies, even the 2 Creed movies. The only one I ever saw was Rocky Balboa.
I saw Balboa, and that shit was
I couldn't get into
fucking terrible.
I couldn't get into it. I didn't like Rocky 4.
Bro,
I was not a fan of Rocky 4.
Balboa was terrible.
So I love 1, 2, 3 were great films. I didn't like the way 2 ended, but 1 through 3 were great films. 4, I didn't like 4 because I didn't, you know what I'm saying. I was born in the 90s and shit, and so
look,
and I hated all that Soviet Union
that.
shit.
I feel you. Fuck that. All right, I don't want to see that shit in real life. I don't want to see that because let me tell you, we got younger guys that's out here that we can be promoting. Number one, you need to check. All right, go get that check. I feel you, man. I understand that you need money. Money is money. You need that shit. Everybody need money, but at the same time, think about your goddamn health. Think about your
old being in the ring?
Like what are you doing? Like, bro, what sanctioning body is going to commission these guys
it's an
to
exhibition fight?
I understand it, but what sanctioning body in their right mind will allow these guys to fight? If me, I'm like, no, you're 57 years old. We don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I didn't even like watching. I just don't like it. I don't like it. This is me. I don't like it. Don't fucking do it. Stay out of it.
All right. Well, moving on from
goddamn son that's boxing. You fucking
that. go.
Train your goddamn son.
All right. So that's the news about Holyfield and Riddick Bowe and the fight on Friday with Jack Cottrell. So tune in. Should be on in the afternoon sometime. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in, motherfucker. So on Saturday, we have the big event: Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz 2. We out here for the second time. It's gonna be in Vegas, but on the undercard are two interesting fights. This dude that I really like a lot. I think he's in my top 10 pound for pound. This dude named Luis Neri. He's fighting this dude named Emmanuel Rodriguez. Luis Neri is a super bantamweight. He's 5'5" with a 66-inch reach. Excuse me. He's 30-0 with 24 knockouts.
Sounds actually fucking good, though.
Yeah, he's going to be on the card. He's fighting Emmanuel Rodriguez. Emmanuel Rodriguez has a record of 19-1 with 12 KOs. So, should be interesting. I'm very, very intrigued to watch my man Luis Neri. Hopefully he can handle business. And I think the co-main event is Leo Santa Cruz. And he will be fighting in the week. Leo Santa Cruz is 36-1 with 19 knockouts. Yes, he's very good. Who was his one loss to? Carl Frampton. He lost by majority decision. I don't think Frampton fights anymore. Oh, he's 32. So he does still fight. When was Frampton's last fight? Oh, he's fighting November 30th. Oh, he's fighting next week. Hey.
Santa Cruz is pretty good. I'm pretty sure Santa Cruz is going to roll over his opponent. I'm just going to be honest. I think he's going to roll over his opponent.
And he's fighting Miguel Flores. What's Miguel Flores' record? Oh, he has 2 losses. He's 24-2 with 12 KOs. And he lost to some bums for real. So, alright, Leo Santa Cruz is probably going to crush Mr. Flores. So
yeah, Santa Cruz is probably going to run through him. I think Santa Cruz is a really good fighter. I think that I don't know, I'm gonna say, like I said, I think Santa Cruz is going to run through him.
He's a featherweight, so man, these motherfuckers need to move up so they can fight Lomachenko and shit. Fuck this shit. But they dominating the smaller divisions.
Yeah, they're trying to take care of these divisions right now. That's all good. Take care of y'all divisions right now, but at the same time, I agree with John. Sooner or later, I'm against running away from people, but moving up, I'm all for it. If you're not running, I'm not for Canelo, because he's running. But one thing I respect about people when it comes to boxing is that they stick around, they get the shit done. Lomachenko. They say they think about Lomachenko moving back down to 130, I think. That's what they said.
Yeah, because he feels more comfortable.
He feels more comfortable at 130. The dude's been dogging 135. I don't care if he moves back down because he's been dogging 135. And he can't get the fights at 135 that he wants. Mikey Garcia ran from him. He wants, you got Gervonta Davis talking shit. You got, let me step back. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. You got Gervonta Davis looking for a fight, which I respect Gervonta Davis. I think he's going to be a great boxer, one of the best of all time in my generation when it's all said and done. You got Teofimo Lopez, man. Teofimo is a dog too. I think he's going to be in that same conversation with Davis. And can't forget about Haney, who I think is a splitting image when it comes to his in-ring movement as Floyd. And I think that either Teofimo and Gervonta, Devin Haney is going to be the one that everybody's going to be like, damn, we should have kept our eye on him more so. But that's going to be an interesting thing to see.
21.
Very interesting to see in that division right there. From featherweight to super featherweight to lightweight to super light heavyweight to super lightweight. It's going to be something to see because I forgot about Shakur too. Because that's going to, all that right there, that's why I said that division alone is very fucking interesting, bro. You got a lot of things that can happen right there. Because if Mikey Garcia decides to leave 147, I know last time I heard, he said he was interested in the Lomachenko fight at 135. So if he is to go back down to 135 and leaves 147, which I don't know why this kid went to 147.
And he's not even thinking about, like, he's still trying to stick around.
Like, I don't understand that.
You
Like,
don't
bro,
get the
you don't get the
fuck.
fuck back down to where you belong, bro.
Floyd was
You
beating
took.
his ass.
Oh my god, this nigga went from 135,
To
skipped
140.
140,
Yeah.
went to 147. Bro, take your ass back down to 135 and fight who you gotta fight. Like, son, that
Stop
is
running. Stop ducking my way.
it's an interesting joint, bro. That's more interesting than when Ruiz beat Joshua. To me, the featherweight, from featherweight to super featherweight to lightweight to super lightweight is the most interesting shit ever.
Birchall's in there too.
Damn, I forgot. Yeah, because he had a good ass fight, man. He had a good ass fight last time we saw him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I still think with it right now for the top half, you got Shakur, Davis, you got Lopez, Haney. You gotta have Garcia in there. You gotta say more Garcia. Garcia,
definitely. Is Teofimo Lopez? Is he gonna be Richard Comey? He's getting past Comey. They fighting 7-14.
I think he does. I got Teofimo winning.
They said whoever wins
Comey's
that
a good guy. Comey's a good fight. That's his first. I said it last time.
That's gonna be a really good
that's
fight.
His first real test. That's his first real test.
Dog.
And the winner gets Loma. That's what I said. The winner gonna get Loma.
Yeah, so I don't know who fights on the 30th, but we got the 23rd. We got the Wilder joint this weekend. Whoever fights 30th. Then we got the 7th. We got Ruiz, Joshua 2. And then we're going to have Comey and whatchamacallit, Lopez. Son, we got some good fights coming up.
It's fight season right now, but that's his first real time. That's his
3 of the next 4 weeks are like fights. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's his first real test, though. We got to see if Teofimo can get past Comey. If he can't get past Comey, then it's going to be
kind of filled with doubts.
Man,
I got some doubts, man. I think Comey's going to be.
I think he does his thing. I think that he takes his thing and he does that shit the way he's supposed to do. But hey, look, before we end this joint, I know last month we was doing before that, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Oh no, we was just gonna finish talking about Wilder.
Wait, before we even do what I was about to say, we got the Wilder versus Ortiz. I keep on saying Ruiz. Well, 2. I really do think I'm saying 85% because I'm giving Luis Ortiz I'm trying to give him respect, and he deserves the respect. Lately, where everybody's been asking Wilder is about the 7th round. How he was the last fight, how he was able to come out that 7th round. Now, when he was on PBC, he was talking about how Ruiz actually had 3 minutes in that round to finish him. He didn't do it, but at the same time, Wilder got rocked. Now, if Ruiz was to come out and to build off of that round, if you look at that, it doesn't matter, like, because he still got knocked out in the 10th. But if he was able to look at that round 7 and build off of that round 7 and be like, look, I need to do everything I did in round 7 of the first fight, I need to do this the entire fight. Can he do that? That's what Sean Porter was saying on it, and I usually don't like what Sean Porter is talking when it comes to analyzing other boxers, because it feels like he is a little bit like a hater. But this time he made perfect sense. Him and Danny Garcia made perfect sense. You can't say like, all right, the 7th round Wilder almost got done, but he didn't. He was able to hold. He was able to hold fast, hold strong. Same thing he did in the Fury fight when Fury had him against the ropes. He was able to stand strong, and Wilder's always able to get that, always able to pull through. Will Ortiz be able to carry that momentum from the 7th round, that from that first fight to the second fight through the whole entire fight? No, I don't think he's going to do that. I think that is an 8th round KO, an 8th round TKO. I'm going to say that. I think it's going to be in the 8th round. Possibly, if it doesn't happen in the 8th round, it's going to happen in the 10th round again. Because I think that this is going to be a fight that Wilder's going to try to. He's going to try to. He doesn't want to leave nothing behind. I think he doesn't want to leave no doubts, and I don't think he doesn't even have any doubts. He said earlier that he was taking this fight because he doesn't want to leave any doubts. But wow, like, you knocked him out last time. I don't get it. Like, what doubts do you got? You beat the 7th round. The 7th round is the only doubt, but the 7th round ain't shit. He had 3 minutes.
Bad rounds happen.
I know what I'm saying. He had 3 minutes to knock you out, bro. He ain't knock you out. He ain't do nothing. So what we gonna see this time? I don't think we're gonna have any different result. I think Wilder wins. in the eighth or 10th, from the 8th to 10th round, I think Wilder wins. I want to say the 8th round is a TKO stoppage. At the same time, I'm giving respect to King Kong. I'm giving respect to him. 85% chance that 85% chance that Wilder pulls it out, and the rest of that 15, we're gonna give it to Ortiz. I think Ortiz has a chance if Ortiz has game plan right. But man, I'm telling you right now, Wilder, in my opinion, I don't give a fuck nobody say the best heavyweight boxer in the planet right now. I think that power in that right hand, bro. And let me tell y'all, he's a bronze bomber for a reason. He knows how to box for real. If he wants to box like that, he can box, bro. Like
he's been working on his jab too,
son. And that's going to be crazy to see if he got a jab. It's going to be sad for Ortiz, man.
Hey, I think it's going to be like 8th round knockout. I think the first 7 rounds, Wilder's going to be up like 5-2. Like Ortiz is going to get a round or two. He's going to try to do his best, try to give Wilder problems. But I feel like Ortiz is 2 years older and Wilder's 2 years more experienced. Taking that from the Joe Louis Schmeling fight. When Joe Louis rematched Schmeling, that's what he said, is that they asked, Joe Louis was like, why should I be gun shy when Schmeling is 2 years older and I'm 2 years smarter in boxing? And I thought that was a great quote, and I think that logic definitely applies to this fight. So that's my opinion. 8th round knockout. Could be sooner, but should be a good fight. Good card, too. Like I said, Leo Santa Cruz and Luis Neri on that
My
joint.
girl Clarissa Shields got her motherfucking match, and she gonna knock that out. Clarissa, I got you. I know you're gonna do it. But hey, look, before we end the show, last month we started this thing when we was doing boxing history for the month. Cause your boy can't find nothing for every week. I ain't doing that. It's too much work. So we're gonna do it for the month. So check this out. November 22nd, 1985. This is when Muhammad Ali scored a 12th round KO over Floyd. November 22nd, 1965. Muhammad Ali scored a 12th round KO on Floyd Patterson to retain the heavyweight title. And then also on November 22nd, 1986, that's when Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
November 2nd, 1986.
November 22nd.
Oh, it happened. Both happened on the same day?
Yes, both happened on the same day. November 22nd, 1986. Who did Mike Tyson knock out for that joint? He became the youngest champion versus Trevor Berbick.
That was the dude who beat Ali in his last fight.
So look, man, that's our show for today.
Yes.
We want y'all to know, it's holiday season, Thanksgiving, be with your family, but also check out these boxing matches, man. We want everybody to get into the community.
Boxing is popping, man.
It is popping right now.
We got some talented fighters. Like, the game's as good as it's ever. I don't want to say that, though, because I love the heavyweight division. So I feel like when the heavyweight division is popping, I'll pay attention to the rest of it. But I need the heavyweights to do their thing.
One more thing before we go. Fuck Mason Rudolph. All right? Fuck you.
Why you say that?
Nah, cause he a bitch. Fuck Mason Rudolph. All right. But look, man, don't y'all forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the top, and continue to support us and help us out. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love and everything. Continue to share the videos, and we promise y'all we gonna keep coming out with bomb ass content. We're gonna keep on trying to improve our content. We're gonna keep on. Sooner or later, we're going to get y'all... We're trying to work on it. Sooner or later, and it's probably my fault for it. Sooner or later, we're going to get y'all interacted with us so y'all can ask questions and do all that stuff, man. Promise y'all, we're going to get this shit popping. We're going to do it right. Be on the lookout for the next show so we can give y'all the review.
On Saturday.
The review on the fight and everything, all right?
We're going to try to come with a video after the fight, definitely. If my ass ain't too drunk or nothing like that.
I ain't too drunk. I ain't fucking wasted.
Hey, yeah, man, it's going to be great, man. Fight party, man. Yeah, ready to watch Wilder Ortiz, too. Let's get it.
All right, y'all have a good day, man. Make sure y'all keep us locked. It's J&J Boxing. We holler at y'all. We out.